Deep in the forests of Patagonia, a research team hacked through thick undergrowth. The expedition was routine, or so they thought. Dr. Marcus Hale, a rugged paleontologist with a sharp eye, had been chasing rumours of unusual fossil deposits. Local villagers had spoken in hushed tones about bones that bled when the moon was full, but Marcus dismissed it as folklore. Until they found the cave. The entrance was hidden behind fallen stone, but once cleared, it revealed walls painted with ancient markings. Primitive hunters were shown fighting a massive creature with a blood-red horn. The symbol above it was always the same, jaws dripping with crimson. Marcus and his assistant Lena pushed deeper into the cavern. Their lantern light caught something lodged in the rock, a skull. Its teeth were monstrous, serrated like daggers, its eye sockets wide, its horn thick and crimson-stained, as though dipped in blood that never dried. Lena recoiled. "Marcus, this doesn't look fossilized. It looks fresh." Marcus chuckled nervously. "That's impossible." But when he touched the bone, his fingers came back wet, stained with something dark and sticky. Blood. The workers outside began shouting. A strange vibration hummed through the earth, rattling the tools and lanterns. From deep within the cave, a sound rose, low at first, then escalating into a guttural roar that shook dust from the ceiling. The team bolted outside, but the forest had already changed. The birds were gone. The wind stilled. The night air carried the metallic scent of blood. Far away, a shadow stirred. Something ancient had awakened. The local villagers were waiting when Marcus returned. Old men crossed themselves, refusing to meet his gaze. A woman stepped forward, her voice trembling. "You should not have disturbed the red horn. The beast sleeps beneath the earth. We call it Helljaw." Marcus tried to press her for answers, but she shook her head, eyes glassy with fear. "It is older than history. Not a dinosaur, not a god, something caught in between. Its hunger cursed the land until hunters sealed it away. But the seal breaks when blood touches bone." Marcus didn't want to believe it, but he couldn't erase the image of his bloodied hand on that skull. That night, while the camp rested, Marcus pored over his notes. The cave drawings weren't just stories. They were warnings. The hunters had shown the beast's horn glowing red as it tore men apart. In every depiction, its jaw was wide, filled with rows of teeth, dripping black ichor. Outside the tent, Lena couldn't sleep. She swore she heard heavy footsteps pacing just beyond the firelight. Branches snapped, trees groaned. The camp dogs howled in terror, then went silent. Suddenly, a roar split the night. It wasn't the cry of any known predator. It was deep, layered with a resonance that rattled their bones. The earth trembled. The workers screamed, scattering into the dark forest. The fire flickered violently as trees cracked under something massive moving through the night. Marcus and Lena ran to higher ground, looking back in horror. Through the smoke, a colossal shape emerged. Its scales gleamed dark green, spikes running down its back. Its eyes glowed like burning embers. And atop its snout, a massive crimson horn glistened wet, dripping with fresh blood. The creature bared its teeth, opening jaws so wide they seemed to split the night itself. The Helljaw Cerato had returned. The forest was alive with chaos. Workers screamed as they scattered into the trees, but no matter where they ran, the ground trembled under the steps of something colossal. Marcus grabbed Lena's arm and pulled her behind a boulder, both of them gasping for air. Through the haze of smoke and ash, they saw it clearly for the first time. The Helljaw Cerato was massive, larger than any predator Marcus had studied, towering over the trees. Its crimson horn caught the moonlight, glowing faintly as if alive, and its eyes burned with a green fire that pierced the darkness. It moved with horrifying precision, jaws snapping shut on a fleeing worker. The man's scream was cut short as the creature shook its head violently, tossing the mangled body aside like a rag doll. Its teeth, slick with blood, glistened in the firelight. "Marcus," Lena whispered, voice trembling, "we need to get to the village. They'll know how to stop this." But Marcus couldn't move. His legs felt frozen as he scribbled in his notebook, capturing every horrifying detail. The horn. It glows when it feeds. The legends. They were warnings, not myths. The beast roared again, a sound so powerful it knocked them flat on the ground. Branches snapped, tents tore apart, crates exploded into splinters. One truck attempted to flee, headlights cutting through the dark. The Helljaw turned, eyes locking onto the moving light. In seconds, it charged. The ground shook violently as it slammed its body into the vehicle. Metal crumpled, glass shattered, and the truck flipped end over end before exploding in flames. The glow of fire reflected in the creature's eyes, making it look even more demonic. Marcus dragged Lena to her feet, forcing himself to move. "We can't stay here." "Run." As they stumbled into the dark forest, Marcus looked back one last time. The Helljaw stood amidst the wreckage, roaring into the sky, blood dripping from its horn and jaws. This wasn't just a predator. This was something summoned, something cursed, and it was only beginning its hunt. By dawn, Marcus and Lena had reached the outskirts of the village. Exhausted and shaken, they collapsed before the elders, begging for answers. The villagers gathered in silence. Finally, the oldest among them stepped forward, leaning on a carved staff. His voice was brittle, but carried the weight of generations. "The beast you woke is called Helljaw," he said. "It was no ordinary Ceratosaurus. Long ago, when the first hunters roamed these lands, they found a predator unlike any other, faster, stronger, and hungrier. Its horn drank blood, and with each kill, it grew sharper, redder, and more alive. It could not be killed, only trapped." Marcus felt his throat tighten. Trapped? In the cave? The elder nodded. The hunters sealed it with stone and blood rituals. They sacrificed themselves to bind it. For centuries, it slept. But when you touched the horn, you broke the seal. You fed it your blood. Marcus's hands trembled as he remembered the sticky warmth on his fingers in the cave. He had been the key that set it free. Lena whispered, "How do we stop it?" The elder's eyes dimmed. "It cannot be stopped. Only contained again. But each time it wakes, it grows stronger, more resistant. The forest will burn, the rivers will run red, until the seal is restored." Before Marcus could ask more, a sound split the morning air. A roar, closer than before. The villagers froze. Dogs barked furiously, then fell silent. Children screamed as the trees at the village edge toppled like matchsticks. The Helljaw emerged, eyes blazing, its horn dripping fresh blood, though it had not yet fed that morning. The elder raised his staff. "Get to the mountain cave," he cried. "It must be sealed once more." But Marcus realized the truth as the ground quaked under the beast's steps. The monster wasn't coming for the village. It was coming for him.